Hey everybody, it's Jason from Sasaki Time and my still yet unnamed monkey lizard friend. And so I'm still accepting names, and I'm sure he would love to actually have a name, maybe, right? Yeah, I think so. But we are both here today to give you guys our tips on how to best utilize your 4 hour reservation time in Galaxy's Edge. I've been fortunate enough to go twice during cast member previews. I went once during the very first time, and then I went later on, and an overlapping time had two completely different perspectives on both. So hopefully my tips will help you get the most out of your 4 hours. So number one, the check-in place is at Launch Bay in Tomorrowland. You can check in anytime up to 2 hours before your reservation time. Both of my experiences have been super easy to get in and out. There's really no need to get there right away because there's only so many guests that are going in during each time slot. So you have plenty of time to check in, get your wristbands, and then they'll let you know whatever entrance they're going to be utilizing to get you into Galaxy's Edge. For us, they allowed us to line up about 30 minutes ahead of time. So I'm going to imagine that might be the same for you guys as well. But also know what your priorities are. Like, do you need to get to Smuggler's Run first? Do you need to get to the cantina first? Do you need to go build a lightsaber? Do you need to adopt a monkey lizard friend? Know what your priorities are. My priorities on my first visit were to go to the cantina, and because we had that first entry time, we made a beeline straight to the cantina, and we got in about 15 minutes. The second time that we went was an overlapping time. By the time we got over to the cantina, the line was 2 hours. They had actually cut off that queue, and then for the rest of the day, or the rest of our 4 hours anyways, that queue had stayed at 2 hours. So we didn't get in at all, unfortunately. So if you have multiple reservation times, or if the cantina is a huge priority, then I would say go and wait. The cantina is absolutely amazing. It is so well done. Rex from Star Tours has been kind of redesigned, and he's now the DJ, and he's bumping all the tunes in there. The drinks are absolutely amazing. My favorite drink is the Jet Juice. It's a shot, and it is super insanely strong, and also it's very deceptive because it's also very, very sweet. So that is my recommendation. Also, the Outer Rim, the Jedi Mind Trick are also wonderfully fantastic drinks. And even all the non-alcoholic drinks are fantastic as well. So whether if you don't drink, or if you have kids, or if you have other minors that are under 21, there's definitely lots of great drinks. I did not try any of the little snack food items in there because we had literally just come from breakfast, and then we went to the cantina. The cantina is very small, so hence the really, really long waits. And it is kind of cool to walk around and check out all the really cool things at the bar, and just watch Rex for a little bit. So sit back and mingle. I'm not going to lie, we were lucky enough to get a booth, and literally I wanted to put my feet up on the table, and I wish I had a blaster at my side, but obviously there's no blasters to be had in Disneyland. But it just felt absolutely authentic. The one thing you guys want to make sure you get, stay there. There you go. Is there are a bunch of different coasters. So just like the Lamplight Lounge. So that's one side. You have the Oga's Cantina. And then this is one of them with the Ewok. There's another one with the Bantha. There's another one with the Rancor. And then there's another one that has some kind of a symbol. I'm not sure what it means or what it signifies. But there's at least 4 different coasters. So that is really fun. Just like the Lamplight Lounge, like a really cool souvenir. It's a really cool souvenir from your stay at the cantina. The next thing that we did in my morning visit was we walked around for a little bit after spending time in the cantina, and then we made our way to Smuggler's Run. Smuggler's Run at that point was about a 20-minute wait. When we went in the evening during an overlapping session, we waited after we went to go eat first, walk around a little bit. Then we went to the Millennium Falcon, and at that point, that wait was about 20 minutes as well. So definitely my recommendation on both of my times to go to Galaxy's Edge is to wait, to let everybody go there first and go find a couple of other things to go do, and then go make your way to Smuggler's Run. Typically, towards the end of those 4 hours, you're probably going to see even maybe possibly even less waiting times. So you may be able to go on more than once, which will be awesome. But if you get on it, make sure you at least get on it once. All the seats are great, and everything that you get to do are definitely really cool. Obviously, the pilots. And the pilot and the co-pilot seats are going to be the most popular. You have the gunners in the middle, and then you have the engineers in the back. Besides liking the pilots and being able to make the jump to light speed, I also like the engineers, because if you have really bad pilots, you are in charge of fixing everything, and then there's a lot more for you to do. The gunner seat, you can choose between manual mode or automatic mode, and then in auto mode, all you need to do is just keep pressing the firing button, or just hold it down, and you'll be able to shoot and hopefully destroy all those TIE fighters that are trying to shoot you down as well. But the Falcon is awesome, so definitely make sure you get on that as well. As far as going to the Docking Bay 7, which is the main restaurant in Galaxy's Edge, we went there after we had done the Cantina and Smuggler's Run in our morning session, and it was a pretty long wait. I want to say probably like 15 to 20 minutes for us to just get up to order our food. But when we went at night, because the Cantina was already a 2-hour wait, we went straight to the docking bay to go grab dinner. And literally, we walked right in and literally walked right up to the cash registers to make our order. So all the food there is fantastic that I've had so far. I've had the ribs and I've had the chicken. There is a hummus offering that is only available during the lunchtime hours. And then at nighttime for the dinner hours, there is like a pot roast and an Impossible meatloaf. And I'm a huge fan of Impossible meat. And I had that Impossible meatloaf. It was so delicious. So far, all three dishes that I've had, I would gladly get again. Also, there are two juice drinks. The moof juice, I believe, is the one that's more tropical, fruity, with like pineapple juice and orange juice. And then there's another one, and I can't think of the name, but it's tea and lemonade and a desert pear. So it's almost like an Arnold Palmer, and that is fantastic, especially with the ribs and the meatloaf. So excellent drinks. The other thing that you can get in there as well are the Dasani water bottles. So the Dasani water bottles are in there. The Coca-Cola bottles were not available to us during cast previews, but those are going to be available to you guys starting on the 31st. So there is the Dasani water bottle, and what a cool souvenir, and then it's all in Arabesh right there. So that is fantastic, and I got those at the docking bay. The kettle corn place and also the Ronto Roasters have these as well, but I am pretty sure that there's only going to be like one place, but I'm hoping more places carry the Coke bottles. Otherwise, that line's going to be really, really long. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. We also went and had the blue and the green milk from the milk stand. They are slightly frozen, so they're not completely like icy or slushy like, but they are a little bit icy. My personal favorite is the green milk. It's a little bit more melony. The blue milk I've had twice now. It's not horrible. It's not my favorite. It tastes more like, if you remember those red and white and blue rocket popsicles, like they melted and then you're just drinking that. So it's not really my favorite. I know that there are a lot of people that do like it, and that's absolutely great, and more power to you guys. But my favorite is the green milk. Also, shopping. There's a lot of shops. So the First Order has a shop. The Resistance has a shop. And then there's a lot of shops in the marketplace. And then you also have the big retail outlets of the antiquities and the Savis, where you build your custom lightsabers, and then the Droid Depot. So if you're definitely looking to build a lightsaber, I would also go to Savi's because that place is going to get really busy. The Droid Depot, both times I went were busy, but never did I see the queue outside of the doors. Because there's a lot of stations for you to build your own droid. So, and then the Antiquities is absolutely awesome. That's where you can get the Kyber crystals. You can buy the Legacy lightsabers, and you can also buy like the holocrons, both Sith and Jedi holocrons. And there's some really cool stuff. And that is where I bought these, and those are the Jedi food capsules, and there's 6 of them, and they come with a packet of the Jedi food, which is just different flavored candies. They're all slightly sour. There's a review up on the site for you guys to check that out as well. Over at the Resistance store, definitely lots of really great things, including the Resistance MRE kit that Luke was eating while he was on Dagobah from Empire Strikes Back. So that is awesome. There's also a review on my YouTube channel of that as well, including the taste testing. So that's there. There's lots and lots of great merchandise, like hundreds and hundreds. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like 700 or 800 different kinds of merchandise. Speaking of merchandise, my monkey lizard here, which once again still doesn't have a name, so please feel free to suggest names below. There's also another video with the unboxing and take him out of his cage as I adopted him. But it's really cool to go to the creature stall. It's definitely really cool to adopt one of these guys. And then you guys know that I love mugs. And this is the mug that I brought back from the Droid Depot. So let's flip it upside down. So let's put it upside down here. So you have an R5 head and an R2 head. And then the mug is this way. This retails for $27.99. This is available at the Droid Depot. So much merchandise. Literally every bit of merchandise is only available on Batuu. So make sure you take a look at everything, especially if you already know what you want. But there's so many other things that you have no idea that they have if they've made. So definitely it is worth looking in all the shops. I am kicking myself because the first time that I went, there was a mug that I really wanted, and I didn't buy it. I was going to go back the second time to go pick it up, but it had already been sold out. So I think that's going to be one of those things, too, is that a lot of the merchandise is going to be sold out. Also, things that were not available to us that are going to be available for you guys, the popcorn bucket, which is based off of the mouse droid, and then there is a sipper that's going to be available that I think they're only going to sell at the milk stand. So I'm really hoping that it looks like a milk jug or something like that, because that would be really, really cool. So those are only going to be available starting on May 31st. I have a feeling those are going to sell out or sell, you know, just as popular as any other popcorn buckets that the resort sells. Also, those Coke bottles that I thought were thermal detonators, but in an article by Forbes, I guess they're supposed to look like droids, and they're resealable caps. So I think that's really cool as well. Also, there are so many great things to take photos of and videos of. So I expect to see everybody's Instagrams and Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds filled with awesome videos and awesome photo opportunities. Character meet and greets are very organic. You're going to see characters just walking around the land, just like the citizens of the village. So I can't even start to explain to you how amazing and organic Galaxy's Edge is and feels. And then for those of you, excuse me, that really want to get into the story and really, like, you know, play with the cast members and get involved with their stories and what else is happening around you, it's definitely really cool to wear Star Wars gear and have those logos of the First Order, the Empire, the Rebels, the Resistance, whatever, you know, whatever come what may, and then even bringing back, like, you know, your monkey lizards back into Batuu, because it'll spark so much conversation and it'll just bring you more and more into that world. Everything is so next level. There's so much for you guys to see and do. So definitely take your time, figure out those things that are most important to you, especially if you only have one reservation. After June 23rd and we go into June 24th and everything sort of becomes like a big free-for-all, but I'm sure that the crowds inside will still be regulated despite the virtual queuing system and all of that. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to work. I know that they did 1 day of testing, and I heard it went flawlessly, but it's going to be so much fun. You guys are going to have an absolute blast. But like I said, definitely be aware of those things that are going to be the most busiest, like the cantina, for instance, which is going to be insanely busy, and Savi's for building a lightsaber. Everything else should be fairly easy for you to walk around and go and enjoy. Take in all the details. There is so much to look at. One of my favorite nerdy things was just going to the different refreshers, which is the name for the bathrooms. And each of the bathrooms, depending on where they're located, have different audio and things like that. Also, in the marketplace above you, kind of like Main Street, where that second floor, and you have folks living in those apartments and whatnot, you can hear pod racing. So it's like listening to the local sports game or whatever. Different music is being piped in. So it's so atmospheric. It's absolutely wonderful. Daytime is absolutely fantastic. Being there at night and seeing those nighttime packages are absolutely amazing as well. So other than that, there you have it. Check in early. Don't rush. Take in everything. Know what you want to do. What is your priority? Is the cantina your priority? Smuggler's Run, building a lightsaber, building a droid, adopting a really cool creature? What are your priorities? And what is like that one thing that you have to do? Make sure you get that done. Hopefully these tips help. Leave any comments and other questions below, and I'll do my best to try to help answer those for you guys. But above all else, enjoy it. Take it in. Live your Star Wars adventure. And until next time, everybody, may the Force be with you. Bye for now. Take care, everyone.